Hi. Are there people at work or at home who drive you crazy? You know who I'm talking about. It could be bullies, a leader who happens to be a micromanager, narcissists, lackluster direct reports, teams who are jealous of you because you received a promotion. Well, this is a good time to talk about how it would be like to work with me as your career coach. Or maybe it's not even for you. Maybe it would be for a colleague or a direct report who you feel would benefit from these services. So, why work with a career coach? Good question, I'll tell you. If there are those bullies who run the meetings, who take over, and you've never known how to deal with them and stop their behavior, that's a good reason right there. How about the narcissists who, again, they may take over the meeting or you don't know how to control them, and the bad news is you may not be able to. Bullies, that's another story, but narcissists is an entire communication, and we would be able to deal with how you can control your reaction to them, not necessarily change them. Why do people come? To develop their leadership skills, to reduce stress, and believe it or not, to get a better night's sleep. Especially when clients tell me that they get up in the middle of the night and they think what they're going to say to this person, and then a few minutes later, they get up again to decide, no, I don't like that idea. Let's think about something else. So working with me, you're going to be able to deal with this in our conversations, in our phone communication, and get a better night's sleep. So here are some comments that I've heard during our initial phone call. I avoid problems. I don't like conflict. I wish I could better handle situations. I dodge certain people. I stop myself from promotions because my fear of risk gets in the way. Or I need to become a stronger leader. Well, who comes to the sessions, the coaching sessions? Senior level executives, managers, directors, emerging leaders, and individuals who want to develop their career. So don't take my word. Here are some stories of actual clients who came to me, had the initial conversation to see if this would be a right fit for them, and some of the results that they achieved. Maria felt very embarrassed when her boss critiqued her in front of her direct reports. So she didn't have a clue on how to handle the situation. She did know that she didn't want this to happen again. So she called me, and in about the second or third coaching session, we went over Be Direct with Respect. And this is what she actually said to her boss. I was frustrated when I was disciplined in front of my direct reports because my leadership skills were discounted. Her supervisor was so impressed at her confidence and her competence, and he started to respect her more than ever. This is a good thing. Then there's Sue, who called me because she was newly promoted. So you may ask, why is that an issue? Sue's colleagues are now her direct reports. Are you seeing the conflict? They're jealous of Sue. They don't listen to her. They're upset that they didn't get the promotion and she did. So the first thing we did is work on Sue's strength as a leader. That's a very important thing to do when you work with a coach. And then we worked on areas of improvement. And we did this by using the DISC assessment, which showed her behavioral styles, the strengths and the weaknesses, and how she can use these ideas and these strategies with her direct reports. I'm happy to say that Sue's supervisor contacted me about a month after we started working and to let me know that the executive team is noticing a huge difference and confidence in Sue. Then there's Brad, whose supervisor strongly suggested, you heard me, strongly suggested that he work with me as his career coach because he was starting to show that he had lots of anger issues. So the first thing we did was take the DISC assessment, which I don't always use, but in these two cases, it really worked. And it showed that Brad was a very high perfectionist. And he didn't like working on teams. He didn't like getting feedback from people. And he's a manager. So this could be the gap in him becoming a better manager. So we practiced the gap. And this is where Brad learned how to sit back, listen, and realize that when his team gave him constructive feedback, that's what it was. It was feedback. It was not an attack on his leadership skills because they're very strong. It's more for the betterment of the team. Here are a few options for you. The phone sessions are scheduled on your timeline. You tell me when we can talk, and that's when we make the appointment. It could be a half hour. It could be an hour, depending on your schedule. We're going to develop your individual communication plans. You're going to check in with me via email 24/7 in between our communication sessions, our coaching sessions, and you're going to practice your communication skills with me. We may use the DISC evaluation that I referred to. You're going to discover your behavioral strengths as well as your coworkers to become a master communicator. You're going to reinforce your strengths and areas of improvement, and included is an email evaluation to go over the results in your 23-page assessment, which, by the way, you're going to be able to use for many years to come. Those of you who have followed me in over these last few years, I've been blogging for over 10 years actually, you're going to remember that I end in my signature comment, you get what you tolerate. If you allow silence at meetings, you get what you tolerate, and you've got to figure out how to stop that. If you allow bullies and gossip, you get what you tolerate, and you're going to have to figure out how to stop that kind of behavior. Well, one of my favorite quotes is by Martin Luther King Jr. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So I encourage you to send me an email so we can set up our free laser-focused coaching session to see if career coaching is right for you or for a direct report or colleague. And you can do that, Joyce@joyceweiss.com. Have a great week, and I look forward to working with you. And remember, you get what you tolerate.